please. Roll call.
Margie Ferris, present. Carla,
Present.
Joe Bosey,
Here. Present.
Sherry,
Here.
Spila, and Brian Treppa.
Here.
Okay.
Approval or amendments to the agenda?
I make a motion to do 6B before 6A.
I second.
So we have a motion to approve the minutes of today?
Agenda.
Agenda. Sorry, not the minutes. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, approval of minutes from the July 16, 2025 minutes, meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
So we have a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The Clay Township Zoning Board of Appeals, or ZBA, primarily addresses practical difficulty based on lot size, location, shape, or contour and/or location of existing buildings. We are guided by Section 27.05 of Ordinance Number 126. There are 5 members on the ZBA, all of whom are present tonight. At least 3 members must vote affirmatively for a motion to grant a variance. 3 members constitute a quorum. Each appeal before the ZBA will have a public hearing, at which time the applicant will first present his or her case, and a public comment regarding that issue will follow. During this time, members of the board may ask questions of clarification. If a particular point gets belabored, the chairperson has the right to limit comments. When the public hearing is closed, the board will move on to deliberation of a particular variance request. If the applicant should disagree with the board's decision, he or she has the right to take it to circuit court within 30 days of the decision. When your appeal hearing is concluded, you are welcome to leave or stay as you wish. I'd like to open up new business. First one is ZBA 2025-006, applicant at 7817 Stark Drive.
The other one.
Can we start with B, is what Joe asked?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Start with
Joe.
B. That's what his motion is.
Okay, yeah, we'll rotate. I'm sorry, Joe, I missed that part.
Okay.
I get this, okay. So we're going to start with the second one. ZBA 2025-007, applicant at 7357 Flamingo Road. Will their representative please come up? State your name and address. And of course, why you're here.
My name's Corey Maxwell, 9422 Marine City Highway. I represent ZLM, also here representing the client. We're asking for a 4-foot variance on the deck extension because it's kind of an inheritance to an 8-foot to be able to put a patio, furniture, or anything on that upper deck. When we designed this, we did take this into consideration, and we only did the 17 feet in the middle, well, kind of offset to the one side. So we didn't have to ask for that big of a variance. Customers want to be able to put patio furniture and everything in the middle of it to have a better view of the lake. So that's really...
Okay. You good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to open up the public comment in regards to this case. Anyone wish to speak? Public comment? Okay, I'm going to close public comment. Do we have no letters on it? So basically, it's just the middle section, the
Just that
17-foot middle
17-foot
section is
section.
4 feet
We need
past.
4 feet past the variance. Well, we need a 4-foot variance. We're 4 feet past the setback. The original is only 8 feet, which kind of, it's too hard to put patio furniture or anything to get around, right? So we're just asking for that little section to extend out so we can be able to put some things on the upper deck.
Not enclosed, right?
Not enclosed.
The upper deck only.
The upper deck only,
Just
And-
posts are basically what the posts are in the ground that is.
basically, is what we're asking.
I know the person to the east you know, they have a sun porch, they're not.
Is this it?
Yep, that's a thing.
I have other plans here too if you need to see them. And it is shifted a little bit towards that left side by 7 feet. It's not directly in the center.
Yeah, it does the whole length.
So you'll just connect it to the other two decks? Is that what you're-
It's a whole new deck.
It's a-
It's a whole new upper, it's a whole new upper deck, 8 feet out, and then that's not center
What's the
section,
total
but
feet? You said
It's right here, only,
total feet
just this part.
is 13.
13.
So the main deck is 8, the extension will bump out to a total of 13.
Total of 13.
Yeah, so it's only a 5-foot bump out.
Okay.
Gary, would you like to say anything on this?
We've had these before. It is an upper deck, so it is out of the line of vision. What is in question is the posts that come down. On this particular job, we only have 2 posts that are in that constructed yard space, so he's asking for that. I would add that if you could make sure that that section is not going to be enclosed, if you find it affirmative.
Yep, ever. Not permanently enclosed, ever, right? Would you ever be opposed to like a screen, a
I was
power
gonna say, would
screen?
you oppose
And I just asked this because of that. Like, thinking of verbiage, a permanent land closure, I would just say wouldn't be for, but a temporary, something that is removable screens or something, is that not what you're suggesting?
It would be,
If it was a drawn-down screen
Yeah,
that wasn't permanent, that's something that would be okay.
okay.
thank you.
That's what I was thinking too, the same thing. It is the 2 posts in the center, somewhat center. I don't know what he wrote on that. Well, the house is set back closer to the water, he said. From,
So it's going to be a covered
no,
or?
no, it's open.
Open upper deck,
Just a balcony.
like a balcony.
Okay.
He's gonna steal a good view of the river, that's for sure.
So the only thing in the view would be 2 posts.
2 posts, yeah.
Yeah, the second floor deck's gonna be a great view.
6x6s, we're not doing 8x8s or anything. They'll be 8x8s by the time they're wrapped, but we're not doing too big a post to inhibit any view.
You guys have this drawing? Want to see it? Joe? Yeah, it's in the same thing that's in the packet, but. Well, there's no railings downstairs, there's just,
No, it's all
railings
just
up
So there
front.
won't be any stairs from downstairs to the,
No.
It's such a beautiful house. I wonder who built it. Yeah,
I know, it's.
so that's what so
So the house is.
and if you look down, because when I went in the backyard, if you look down, say towards M29, you got that nice sun porch that's right next door that they can't really see through. And the other neighbor, it's like,
Right.
kind of like a weird curve. And then you look at the right, and he's just got the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life on the right. I don't see him.
great idea.
I don't see him
So is this the same thing
really hurting it.
Below.
below?
No, I,
Look at the view. One more, Sherry, one more.
One more?
One more, or back.
Should be the last page. Oh,
That's looking at it from the water towards the house. And honestly, the neighbors, I don't see anyone down the whole street that I could see that balcony. A lot of ranches over in that. Where's the owners at? Right. A lot of ranches like to the left and right? The second story,
Ranch to the right.
yeah.
You got the big tree.
Yeah, that's a huge tree. That is huge tree.
You can't see anything.
No, I laughed when I went up to it. I went, whoa.
And Clem was really trying to chop it down.
Yeah.
It's been ongoing.
Are you writing a motion before you say it?
Well, I'm finding of facts.
Okay, framing it up, okay.
Because we're talking about the facts
All
right
right.
now.
So do we have any other suggestions? Any other,
I think it's a great idea.
do we have a motion? Do we have?
I'll make a
any-
motion to approve numbers JZBA 2025-007 for 7357 Flamingo Road. Make a motion to approve the deck as written, as long as it doesn't have any kind of enclosure.
Permanent.
Permanent enclosure.
Permanent, okay.
Okay. And because of the lot being placed unusually close to the rear lot and not being able to have a functional upper deck without it being an enclosure.
Right, thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve pretty much as written and drawn with the stipulation that it can never be permanently enclosed. Is that the whole deck, or is that just the middle of the deck that's encroaching on
Well, the whole deck is going to be new. Yeah.
okay, so the
But the
whole
whole
deck.
deck isn't
deck,
past the
yep.
variance, so
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
All right, we have a motion to approve it and a second, so let's do roll call on this one, please.
Margie Ferris, yes. Carla,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Sherry,
Yes.
and Brian.
Yes,
Okay.
it's granted.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, as that's getting written up, we will start the next one. All right, so the next one is going to be, are you okay, or are you,
Go ahead.
I mean, a lot of that can be, okay. We're going to do new business at JZBA 2025-006, the applicant at 7817 Stark Drive. Could you please come up, state your name, a representative or the homeowner, however, please state, yep, or both. Please state your name and address.
Gary Yanonelli, 52624 Laurel Oak Lane, Chesterfield Township, Michigan. I represent the Landorfs. We filed this petition. They had approached the building department to get a permit to extend the privacy fence from where it now ends based on a previous permit, and Mr. Beal had to decline their request because of the provisions in your zoning ordinance. So we're asking a variance to allow the extension, basically of 18 feet from where the fence now ends to where the seawall is adjacent to the canal creek in front of their property. There's been some ongoing, let's say, strained relationship between them and their neighbors, and they're seeking this variance so that they can preserve their privacy and tranquility on their particular property, because that, in essence, it's kind of like their backyard, but it's their front yard, where if you're on the water, what your water frontage is more like your front yard than your backyard, and that's where they entertain or just sit and relax. In conjunction with the petition, I did submit a letter outlining the background on this situation and some case law that's supportive of our request. Basically, the Michigan appellate courts have said that a ZBA should be flexible as to granting variances when there's practical difficulties involved. And we did get a permit previously for the fence that is in existence. We attached various photographs of the neighborhood. There are significant other privacy fences of similar heights that are in that area, so it's not unusual to have those types of fences. My client, I believe yesterday or the day before, submitted a letter that had the signatures of various neighbors, and I assume that it was distributed to you. If not, I got it.
Yep, we have it.
So I don't think it's out of the ordinary to grant this variance based on the situation at hand. And my clients have indicated to me that they would, and I've done this in other cases, stipulate that the variance would last as long as they own the property, but if they sold that property, they would take that 18 feet down. I've done that before in Chesterfield and other places as a temporary resolution of neighbor dispute, so to speak. And so I think that's a reasonable concession on their part. And we provided surveys showing that the property is 50 feet wide and met the requirements when they built their new home around 2001. So we would ask that you grant the variance. I think Corrine wants to speak to you, even though I'm her representative, so she'd like to come up. And then if anybody in the public speaks, I'd like an opportunity to respond to those. And if you had any questions, I'd try to answer them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good evening. I'm nervous, but anyways, we're requesting permission from the township.
Ma'am, could you state your name and address, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Corrine Landorf, 7817 Stark Drive, Clay, Michigan. We're requesting permission from the township for the 6-foot vinyl fence on our property line for no other reason than to try and stop the harassment from our neighbors and to feel safe again in our own property. Police reports and a PPO request has not stopped the harassment yet. Although the judge did not grant us the PPO, this was on July 22nd of this year, at this time, the judge warned him if we get forced into bringing him back into court again, a PPO will be granted, then it could possibly be jail time. And this is not what we want. I want to be clear on that. We don't want to go that route. And I'm sure our neighbor, John Seminis, does not want that either. That being said, I believe a 6-foot fence is our last resort and solution to prevent the situation from escalating to another court hearing. We believe at this point our neighbor has no control of his temper and can't stop himself. I don't know if I should be saying that. That's just my opinion. This, of course, has concerned our children as well. Not even 10 days after the judge warned him, that was July 22nd, we have another 3 or 4 incidents. We always hesitate to contact the police. We didn't the first couple times. We thought, this is going to stop. It's going to stop. But it hasn't. August 15th, there was a situation where there was a bucket put behind our boat. I mean, he's just harassing us, thinking that's going to stop us from either getting our boat in or out, or it's going to damage our swim platform. I don't really know what the reason is. You might have to ask him. I contacted, first of all, the PPO office. I says, what do I do? I says, this is like the 3rd incident, and the PPO office advised us, call the police or the sheriff's office, have them come out, get a report, and you can come back down and refile, which is what the judge told us in July. I just wanted that clarified before we made contact with the police. Anyways, well, that's why we're here today. The police came out. I do have a report from August 15th. And it seems like he's just been defiant for police reports towards our court system. We're done being bullied, basically. We are done being bullied. You can only walk away from a bully for so long. We've been putting up with this for 5 years, and we're standing up for ourselves now. That's why we went to the PPO hearing, and that's why we're here today. We're backed in a corner. We don't know what else to do. It's been a draining and stressful few years. We want this fence. And unfortunately, whether or not the neighbor realizes it, the neighbor needs it. If he's unable to control his outbursts, the fence should slow him down a little bit and keep him out of even further serious situation. Also, if we are granted the fence, we are willing, just like the lawyer said, granted the fence, we are willing to remove it if one of us should move. I've tried patience and forgiveness. It's just not working anymore. There's nothing else we can do. We want to thank the board for their consideration in this matter. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, before any questions, I'm going to open up the public comment to this particular case. Anyone wish to speak, public comment? Only time you can speak is right now. Come on up and state your name and address, please.
John Simmons, 7803 Stark.
You're the neighbor directly next to them, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can I show you some pictures, just to get going on what they're asking for and what, we're on the lake, so they're gonna block my view of the lake. That's what they're trying to do. When they built their house 15 years ago, I gave them the variance to build where they're at. Without me, that house wouldn't be there. So they're actually coming after me. They put all their tents up and block my view now. And I have 35 feet between my house and their house. So I'm on my patio, 35 feet away from them. When they sit on their property line, they're right here. I'm past that wall away from them. They've overbuilt on their lot. Basically what they did, they have a 50 by 20 foot patio right on the canal. So what they want to do is block my view. You want to see some pictures? She's accused me of putting a bar or something out so they couldn't get their boat. There's never been a bar. I got pictures, I got their boat, I got the fence they so-called put in, they turned into a shed. Would you like to see these pictures? Because last time I know, you can't build a shed right on the property line, right? Am I correct?
Bring them up. When were these taken?
About a year ago. I have them on my phone, I can give you the exact date, but it'll take me a minute to look them up. There's the roof they put on it, they put sides on it. There's their vegetation growing over on my property. Another property, there's their fence with the roof on it. Here's the backyard where they want the fence to go back down to.
Who is the retaining wall, is this?
This is my retaining wall. It's on my property line, it was transited in. Should I go back now?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I have more pictures.
Here, you want to hand them to me?
Hey, you can go for them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a double wall, that's not real. It's not seen.
And the law states you can't block someone's view with a privacy fence. Great Lakes Docks and Decks has their privacy fence, they just had put in last year. They made them cut it down 40 feet, I think, on the road. Ours is cut down. I'm the neighbor of Great Lakes Docks and Decks. Theirs is cut down. I have a 3-foot wall now, which I had a permit for, and it's only actually 32 inches. That's to keep, like this morning they had, or this afternoon when I come home from work, I was on my patio and a guy started walking down my property and I said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" He said, "I'm a fence guy. I put the fence in." I go, "Whose address?" And it was not my address, it was their address. So I told him to stay off my property.
That was
happened
me.
before.
That was me. And I didn't tell you I was the fence guy.
Yeah, you had a paper and a lady
Right.
with a white SUV.
Yep, this is my paper that I
I
came
thought
with.
you said, I don't know,
Yep.
not recognize you. I
Right.
thought you said you were the fence guy. You
No,
were
I
a
was
fence
looking at
installer.
the fence.
Okay, I'm
Yep.
stand corrected then.
Yep. And you told me not to walk on your property and I
Right,
didn't.
because I had that, a month ago, they had their house sprayed for spiders, and my wife has a video of it. The guys all the way down to the lake, spraying and hit their house on our property, and I have the problem since the house has been there. They think it's easement? It's not an easement, it's mine. Right to the wall, 2 inches past the wall is my property. It has been surveyed and everything. You see the pictures.
Who put the wall up?
I did, 25 years ago. I've been there 25 years.
So you put the wall up 2 inches on your property?
Yes, just so it
that's
was mine.
So that's theirs.
No, that's not their wall, it's mine. It's on my property, I built it. It curves in and looks like theirs, but it's not theirs. If
So
you-
from
When you
there-
were there today, I showed you the property line, the yellow line at the street.
Right, but it's still 5 feet past that point that you showed me.
No, they have 5 feet from their house to my property line.
Correct.
5 and 10, it's only. a
Correct, but that's
50-foot
not where that pin is located. The pin is showing where the house is at, not where the property line. If if you look at their survey, because I looked at their professional survey.
Yeah, it's 5 feet. If you
From
take-
their
if you
house,
take a string
from their
line-
house.
If you take a string line from that survey stick out front
Mhm.
to the back survey stick, it's 5 feet. Perfectly 5 feet.
From their house, correct?
Yes, they have 5-foot easement on their side.
Right.
And the rest is mine.
So 2 inches is yours.
No, there's 35 feet. What you seen today is all mine, right to that block wall. 2 inches past that is mine. See what I'm saying? I put the block wall on mine to make sure.
So is the wood fence that you put up, is that permitted in the back where they want to put this
Yes,
18?
there's permit, the building inspector was in my backyard.
What does it
Well,
look
that's
like?
not a legal fence.
The building inspector okayed everything.
You're saying that fence is,
Why don't you have the building inspector come back to my yard and I can show him everything? I mean, I
I
have
can show him the
nothing to
pictures
hide.
right now and ask him if he's seen it.
He was there about 2 years ago, I think. About the time, they put that white fence up, and then they started building the, made it a shed. And I let it go.
So is the wood fence that you put up, is their white fence, that 18-foot white fence on their property right now?
Yes,
100%?
100%.
You agree
That white-
100%?
100%.
So from the edge of that fence, where it ends, to where they want to put the new fence, just say
Right.
the new fence, where you have that wood fence, right?
Mm.
Is that wood fence on the property line, or is that 100% on your property?
100% of my property.
100% on yours.
And they want to go up, I'm up 32 inches. So it was for a little dog, the dog fell in the canal and drowned a couple years ago. But I wasn't taking it, everybody keeps walking down my yard and go tops up on their patio, like it's an easement. It's not an easement, it's mine. I said it to you today. I thought you were the fence guy. So you come out and see, and there's nothing that I'm hiding or anything. And you make everybody else cut their fences down. There is one fence though. John, he does canvas, but that fence was up when I moved in.
And do you
So if you
think-
allow them to do that, all the way down the canal, they can do it, right?
Well, no, this might be a special circumstance right here.
I mean,
that
these
we're-
people
we're
have
trying
me in
to figure
court,
out.
I mean, they won't let it go. I have never talked to them in over a year. I don't talk to them. I want nothing to do with them. I go into my house, I go out, if I go on my patio or my boat, that's it. Everything,
So you never put
I
like
have a
a...
hoist on.
The hoist,
You've
right?
seen it.
I seen the hoist. You've never had a steel beam that went across that, like,
Do you see one in the pictures?
kind of I do.
Where?
I have a picture that there was a steel beam.
Can I see it? I was building a boathouse at the time, which I have full permits for. They're good for 5 years, till 2027.
That was on the property line, though.
It was on my property. There was
So-
I never blocked them out. I'd have to see the
So this
picture.
steel beam was never there?
Can I see?
Yeah. Come on, please approach me, yeah. I'm not trying to be,
No, I don't know what that is.
so it's where your hoist is right here.
Yeah, and
This.
that's my seawall right there too, so I own 30
Correct.
feet of seawall. I can put a jet ski out there for all.
Yeah?
He owns 50 feet of seawall.
Right, but
He has a 35
this steel beam right here,
That is not there. Did you see it today?
no, I don't remember it, but was it ever there?
No.
You're telling me it was never there?
Never.
So they put it there?
I didn't.
Okay.
How about the bucket?
How about this bucket?
The bucket was for the weight. If it got windy, I locked in the hoist. My daughter was supposed to bring, she has sea-doos.
Okay.
I have a boat. My daughter has sea-doos. They were gonna bring them over for the weekend and something happened, they didn't come. So I lowered it down, kept the weight of the bucket on it, so if they pulled around, they could hook up right away and go up, and then swing around, and you're on my property.
what about that wood fence where the PVC, the wood fence in the 18-foot linear place where they want to put it? That wood fence that I see on your property?
Yeah.
It looks freshly cut. Was it?
No, that's womanized, that's a couple years old,
This one?
maybe a year old, I'm not real sure. I changed it over, it was metal at one time,
It's metal.
and then it looked better with the wood. Now I'm gonna change it again, so it's gonna go 3-foot high block. I'm gonna extend that, the retaining wall I put down, that's gonna
Yeah.
come up, and then I'm gonna put a see-through fence on that. But like I said, I've been building a boathouse, I have 100 projects going, and I work full-time, so I have all the permits for everything. But if you give them that 6 feet, they're gonna black out a lot of my, property. You can see the lake, then you can't see the lake. Nobody on our street has
Is
a
that-
fence.
Your view is out this way.
Well, you'd have to see,
Your view isn't that way. Your view is out front of your house, not,
you'd have to see the backyard.
no, I've been there. I'm just telling you where your view is usually. It's
You know, John,
straight.
that's kind of why I wanted to see if it was going to block your thing, and you were pretty adamant that I didn't step a foot on your property.
Well, because over the years, everybody does.
I got it. I just saying it, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell if it's going to
Couldn't
block
tell
your, I couldn't see if it was going to block your view.
Well, yeah, I thought you were a fence guy. You didn't say, I didn't know you were from the township. I would have welcomed you in the back.
No, I told you who I was, and you told me to get off your property and do not go down this side
No,
of the
you
property.
said, I'm here about the fence.
Correct.
Or,
And
I
I'm
thought
the
you
chair-
said.
I said I was the chairman, and Brian Treppa, the chair. I'm just telling you what I told you, because I came to identify myself, so you didn't feel I was walking aimlessly around someone's property, which obviously I don't
No, I
want to do.
said, can I help you? And you said, I'm here about the fence.
Correct. And then
And
I
that's
said, I'm
when I said,
Brian, the chairperson
well-
of the ZBA, I'm here to look at the fence issue. And you said, what fence? And I said, oh, is this not 7817
I said, it's their
Stark?
house.
Yep. And you said, don't step foot on my property, don't come down this side, go to, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna have to box that in so nobody walks in my backyard. That's the next step. 8 foot.
So why would they not want to box theirs in if they don't?
That blocked my view. I gave them the rights to put that house there. They had to have.
So what does that mean, you gave them the rights? Did you own the property?
Yeah, I sold them 5 feet of property to build that house.
So that's that 5 feet on the west side of the
Yeah.
easement, right?
And now they're sticking it to me. Period.
Do you have record of a permit pulled for your wood fence?
No, you'd have to look that up. My wife got it. That building inspector was in my backyard and talked to me.
Do you recognize?
That was
it?
before their fence went up. And
Do you
they got
recognize
all
the building inspector, if you saw him?
that. No, probably not. I didn't recognize you and I only seen you 3 hours ago.
Right. Okay. All right, we might have more questions for you, if, just because you are directly next to it. Do you guys have any questions? We're gonna,
Not yet.
all right, John, we might have a couple more questions for you, okay? Just as we're gonna open it up and keep public comment going, okay? So we have a letter, can you hold on 1 second? Yeah, I will let you speak, I promise. I forgot to, we usually read the letters first.
And the lawyer we hired on our street for Cabana, I paid money into Cabana for that, and now they hired him. There's a little bit of conflict of interest there. What's he talking about?
Okay,
Okay.
so this is a letter that we have.
To the Clay Township Zoning Board of Appeals, we, the undersigned residents of Stark, are writing to express our full support for the fence request submitted by Fred and Corey Landorf. We understand that this fence represents a necessary measure for the Landorf family intended to ensure their privacy, safety, and protection. After careful consideration, we believe the proposed fence will not negatively impact our properties or the overall character of our neighborhood. As fellow residents, we recognize the importance of feeling secure and respected in one's home, and we support the Landorfs is it Landorf, right? In their efforts to achieve that. Sincerely, there's 11 neighbors, and 8 are on Stark, 2 on Lake, and 1 on Dyke Road. I would butcher these names because
Yeah,
they're
they're all-
signed,
they're
they're
all
not
signed.
written,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to, they're all signature, okay?
Okay, thank you. Okay, open up the public again. Please state your name and address.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm also a neighbor. My name's Chris Dombrowski. I actually live on Palms Road, but we own property on Dyke Road, 7417 Dyke, which is Swanview Inn, and 7427 Dyke, which is Great Lakes Docks. So I'm your neighbor, and you guys didn't ask me to sign that. You know what? We are your neighbors to the east. Sorry. So that fence affects our view down the canal, and I know you say our view is this way. If everyone's view is only straight out their property, then fences would be permitted. I suspect a picture of a fence in the neighborhood that you guys have is probably one of my fences, which is our west side of our property at 7427 Dyke, which is,
I can't see it from right here. Is that, I mean,
Is your fence
that
I
one?
don't think that's my fence, because there's not any.
Okay, I'll go through other pictures.
Okay, so
Sorry about that.
we have a privacy fence on the west end of our property at 7427 Dyke, and we put it in probably, I can't remember when we put it in, but 25, 30 years ago. Whenever we put it in according to the ordinance at the time, and it's probably 6 foot tall up to maybe the last, I don't even know how many feet are 4 foot tall. It's whatever what the ordinance was.
40 feet, Chris.
40 feet? I don't know how many feet it is. And then, a couple years ago, we put a fence in on our, I want to get this right, south property line at 7417 Dyke, which is the Swan View Inn. That property is next to the Crystal Bar. We had a 6-foot fence for years that was a horrible wood fence. I would have liked to replace it with a new privacy fence, 6 foot all the way down, but that wasn't permitted. So I did what was permitted, which was 6 foot, and the last, I think, 25 feet or 24 feet is 4 feet tall with spindles. So we enjoy our straight view. We have a little bit of view to the left, which isn't a view at all because the Crystal Bar has a piece of, a building behind it that is right on the water, so we don't have a view that way at all. But I would love to have been able to put a privacy fence all the way to the end. I didn't do it because it wasn't allowed. And so I understand the tension. I've seen it as a neighbor, but I don't think this is going to solve their problem. Anyway, that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else wish to speak in regards to this case on Stark Road?
Back to come on again.
No, not yet, John. Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Did they get the fence?
Hang on. Anyone else wish to speak? I'm going to close public comment. Gary, our building inspector. He can come up when I tell him to come up. He's already spoke. Gary? On John's wood fence, have you seen this wood fence?
I have not, well, I've seen it because it's there.
Is it supposed to be a permitted fence?
That fence
If I show you pictures, is this supposed to be a permitted fence?
should have been a permitted fence.
Okay.
Whether it's got a permit on it, I would have to go back to my office and research that.
Understand. If it was a 4-foot white vinyl fence, would that be permitted there? There, not what they already have, right there.
If it was,
Identical fence of what they have, but instead of 6 foot tall, 4 foot tall. Is that allowed at that?
no,
So it has to be pretty much see-through in a sense.
only 25% obscured
At 4 foot.
at 4 foot.
That wall I have is only 30 inches.
But you would say, according to this picture, that besides we have it without what the resident that wants the fence, I'm sorry.
If you want me to take it down,
John,
1 second.
just hold up, okay? Just hold up. I'll let you talk if I have to ask you a question. The fence that he has up, I'm trying to prove that you would not allow that fence to be there if you had a permit on it. So without the green shrubbery that they have added to somewhat have some kind of decoration, that would not be permitted, the fence that he has would not be permitted there, correct?
What's behind that greenery? I don't know what's behind that
It's a
greenery.
solid wood, couple boards.
If it's
placed on
a solid
4x4s
wood
that aren't cut
fence,
straight.
it would not have been permitted.
And also the finished side is on his side.
and he does have the finished side on his side. And I'm not trying to be a judge between these two people because I don't know his side, I don't know their side. I do know that a fence will stop somebody from coming across property lines, which he's afraid of. I do understand, I don't know, where is the one that's colored that has no greenery on it? Do we have like that? I swear I've seen it. I don't know. I just want to say that if he's willing to accept this 4-foot fence, Gary, please come up here. This is what he has without the green shrubbery that is currently on it right now. I know it's black and white, but she put like green, like little shrubbery on it to hide that.
On PVC.
And they put theirs on PVC on their property. That's why I asked John if that fence was 100% on his property and they didn't decorate his fence. I wanted to make sure.
That
They got
fence would
colored
not be
photos.
permitted.
Correct. That's what's that?
They got colored photos.
That's what I was asking you.
But that would not be permitted.
This is a colored photo right here. This is,
Well, I mean, they got more photos is what I'm saying, other than the one you have. There.
yeah, this is current state, but they put a temporary fence with green shrubbery to hide what they get to see on that side.
I'd say that would not be a permitted fence.
Correct. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. We've had this issue before between two people that can't get along. We are not to determine, who's right or who's wrong. But I do believe everyone has the right to enjoy their property. He has the right to enjoy his property. They have the right to enjoy their property. He already has a fence that's not permitted up there. They are willing to take the fence down if they were to move, which that would be a great stepping stone to allow something that we would normally never be asked to allow. I'm not saying that we're permitting it, but it's a good little thing. I don't believe we're getting the whole truth out of it. And thanks, Gary. I will let, if you would like to speak, and then I will let John speak one more time if you would like to speak to anything that anyone said in the crowd. You asked that, so.
Yeah.
I mean, without extending this meeting any longer, with letting people just go at it.
My basic point is this member of the ZBA said in the case law that I gave you, that letter saying that the Michigan Supreme Court basically says if you have waterfront property, your view is straight out from your property line. It's not a lateral view to the right or the left. Many jurisdictions along Anchor Bay, St. Clair shores have these restrictions as to what you can put near your property line up by the water. Most people comply with them, some don't. Some say you can't have a fence, but people then put up arborvitaes that block the peripheral view. But I think the case law is clear that his view is straight out. Just like the people that own Great Lakes stock, their view is straight out. They sought, it appeared, that they wanted to put in a similar fence, but it was denied, and they didn't seek a variance, which they had the procedural right to do. And that's what we're doing. We're seeking the procedural right to get the variance, because the building inspector could not grant the permit without us coming to the ZBA. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John, is there any additional things that you would like to add to, without getting in dispute here, right?
I want to
Perfect.
say that the Cabana Blue has,
I have no idea what happens at the Cabana Blue.
they have a
Boat.
fence just like mine,
Okay.
but it's 4 feet tall. It does it all the way across the back end of our property. Every house is pointing towards the lake, and you guys allowed that. Okay, but it was only 4 feet. Why didn't he go 6? Why didn't you let Chris go the full 6 feet all the way down to her property line?
Because
And you're saying
She
my
didn't
view is
ask.
this way. You've been in the backyard. You've seen the view. You've seen the view. They have 50 feet, I have 75 feet. If they can't get their boat in or out, because I got a sea-doo hanging there, that's not my problem. Right? I get the use of my seawall and my hoist.
I'm not disputing that at all.
Then how-
By no means, that's
Cabana
not the
Blue got the
issue.
4-foot-high wooden fence, just like mine. Mine is 30 inches. I can take it down. It was made for a small dock. It's nothing to take it down.
When
You
you,
didn't let Great Lakes Docks and Decks
They didn't
or
ask.
Swan View and get it.
She didn't ask.
didn't ask.
right,
Oh, okay.
I mean, they
I'm
can go
asking
for a
not
variance.
for it.
You have to have,
Because we're not in Chesterfield, like the lawyer says. We're on the lake.
Well, that's just where his office is, not where he lives.
Well, regardless of where he lives, you don't give anybody fences, you're going to give it to them though, right? That's all I want to know. Are they getting the fence?
We're still debating
When
that
will I know this?
in about, hopefully, 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I gotta find out. So, I don't wanna bring you back up and ask you anything, but I wanna know. Just, you can say it's none of my business too, but I'm sorry, not you. Yep. And I'm not gonna here to try to make you cry by no means, I just wanna know something. Come on up, I'm sorry. So, you went for a hearing on the PPO. Can you slightly describe just your side of the story? Not what you think, just what happened to justify a PPO complaint? Or an applicant, or
Well,
however the procedure goes?
Okay,
Without-
I have all of my records with me.
Hang on, John.
I wasn't prepared. I have all my records with me from the
So,
board.
I guess let me ask you, were you ever threatened by him? John, sit.
Physically,
You gotta sit.
This is the PPO.
Perfect. But don't stand up again.
physically, no. But when he said he hasn't talked to us in a couple of years, what initiated the PPO was Memorial Weekend, when, again, he went off. Our other next-door neighbors on the other side was putting in some pilings, and he's on his patio taking pictures and screaming at everybody, you better have permits, all this stuff. Anyways, so Plagans had left, and then my husband and I were on the patio, and he's at the property line, and he's screaming at us, that fence is going to go, this ivy's going to go, you're 2 inches on my property, and his exact words were, and this is what concerned me, he says, and I'm just warming up. What did that mean? I would like, could you ask him to explain that? I took that as a verbal threat, and that's when I told my husband, I said, enough is enough. So when we went down, let me think, to the police department, okay, we went down to the police department the day after that happened, after that Memorial Weekend incident. I went down the day after. I told my husband, I said, Fred, we should go down and get this documented. I feel threatened. I says, let's go down and file a report. Well, we went down to Clay Township, and the officer said, I can't make a report. You should have called yesterday, because right now it's hearsay. I says, I can't even get it in the system or anything. She said, no. I says, okay, what are we supposed to do? What do we do? She said, well, you could go down to Port Huron, to the county courthouse, and file a personal protection order. I thought, well, my husband and I talked about it. Is this the route we want to go? So we did. I documented everything that I could think of from back to 2020, different incidences and outbursts, and he just is just enraged sometimes, and it's scary. So everything was documented, and I presented that to the judge. Well, I had to, apply, of course, and all of my evidence and everything that I had, those pictures there with that. I don't think that could have been a steel bar. It could have been an aluminum bar, because when he came home from work that day, he just shot right back in the backyard and pulled it up. It couldn't have been steel. It had to have been aluminum, so that's my mistake there. And I have a feeling someone had called him at work and said, what the hell, what are you doing? Because we had our grandkids over there ready to go for a boat ride, and we couldn't get out. He was very, very close, and he can't say he didn't put that in there. I know he did, because there's, even August, after the PPO hearing, there was a net pole behind our boat, our swim platform as well. But, okay, I'm sorry.
I don't care what he puts.
Okay.
I was
all right.
really nervous as far as the steel beam sitting out, because our snowmobilers are dying hitting these things.
Right.
And I get it if he's building something or whatever, but just to have an aimless pole sitting out.
Right.
I'm not worried about a fishing net, I'm not worried about a bucket, but a steel beam where one of our kids could get hurt again on a snowmobile. One of my good friend's sons is definitely hurt from a snowmobile.
Okay.
And someone passed away down that canal because they hit a barge down there.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, that concerned me.
Right.
As far as him harassing you for maybe not being able to park your boat there, I get that part of it, but
And then
but I'm just saying, that's what kind of, I want to make sure that that steel beam,
the
'cause I don't remember seeing that today.
No.
But I see it in the
There's a date
pictures
on-
and I'm
there
like,
should be a date on there. That was
did I lose my mind?
20,
Okay, so
20,
as far as the net and that stuff, okay, we'll just bypass that stuff. So I'm sorry to interrupt you on that.
Okay, well, I had everything documented for the judge. We had our hearing. It goes in spurts. Everything can be quiet for a few months, then all of a sudden, he's enraged he keeps bringing up the 2 inches on the property, and we've asked...
So, I don't want to, we are not a judge on where your
Okay.
property is, right?
Okay.
You have a survey done. You have a survey, I saw it.
Yes.
I can't physically go measure, because he wouldn't let me on the property. I wasn't going to help you as far as tell you exactly if you're 2 inches or not, but, according to your survey, your house is 5 feet from the property line, and it is called an easement on your thing. It's a 5-foot easement. If he granted you that easement, great, thank you. But as far as him permitting, letting you do this, and then you're supposed to not let, or put a fence up, that's not fair.
All right, well...
But as far as the 2 inches, I have no idea, because I'm not a survey guy, but
Okay.
you could take a measurement from your house over to
Well-
your retaining wall that he installed 20 years ago, 2 inches. I can't decide if it's on his property or your property.
And-
That, what I'm here for.
Right.
So the 2 inches,
Right.
zero, could
Right,
care
zero
less about
interest.
that,
I
in a
agree.
sense,
Right.
for our decision tonight.
Right.
I'm just trying to get,
Okay.
why do you need
Okay.
such a tall fence? Would a 4-foot fence work? Would
Okay.
a 5-foot fence work? Would a 7, you know what I mean? Do we need to go 12 feet to eliminate everything? But that's not going to happen.
No.
I'm just saying.
No. 6 feet, I believe, because as we are both out on our patio some days, and it depends on what kind of a mood he's in, he'll start lashing out. If he does not have eye contact of us and we don't have it of him, I just think it's going to be calmer in that corner. I really do. I presented a picture, I think it was last week, with him like kind of hanging over, and that's what he'll do. He'll like stalk that little property line, and most of the time Fred and I just go into the house, and then the last time we did that, he's got a picture of him screaming at our house, and he's just, I don't know. I'm probably not explaining myself well, am I? I don't know. Fred, I mean, do you have anything?
I'm just giving you a chance.
I know.
I want to see
I
if
know.
you're being bullied or threatened, and I want to see if this is,
Well, and
It's going to fix it.
like I said,
Right.
it was a verbal
Right.
threat there Memorial Week. I took that
Okay.
as a threat. I did take that as a threat. And I did not mention any of this to my children for a few years. Now they know all this is going on, and they're worried. They're worried about us. Mom, you've got to do something. Okay, what do? I called the cops, or called the police last Friday, and I felt silly, but she came out. She was very, very nice, and she understood me, and she wrote the report, and she said, just call us anytime. Well, how many times do we got to keep calling? But if we had I'm just thinking, I mean, what else can we do? If there's a fence there, a 6-foot fence, we're sitting at our patio, they're sitting at theirs, they can't see us, we can't see them. There can't be any verbal communication, no, we can't see each other. I just think it's going to make things calmer.
What happens on the, in the backyard, so at your driveway and that sort
Well,
of
you
thing?
know, that, we talked about that as well, but we don't see each other, and like where the road is, where our cars and garages are, we very seldom see each other, unless I'm walking to the mailbox maybe and he happens to be out there or something. But there's only been confrontation there once, and that was in 2020. That's when this all began. He was on the side of the house, my husband was in front doing the shrubs, and that's when all this started, when he was screaming. And I remember this day so clearly. I was talking to my sister on the phone. We were doing vacation planning, and must have been a nice day. My front door was open, and I'm talking to my sister, and all of a sudden we hear all this screaming from him. And my sister heard it on the phone. She goes, "Oh my God, Corey!" She says, "What is that? What's going on over there?" I said, "I don't know." And she said, "Does he have a gun?" I mean, that's how threatening he sounded. I said, "Sharon," I said, "I don't know. Let me call you back." And I quick hung up, and I went out there. I said, "What is going on?" And he just kept yelling, and just like a madman. I don't know what else to say. But as far as the fence goes, I think it's going to protect us. And it's going to protect him in a way, because if we don't get the fence, this is not going to stop. I can tell you that right now. It might not occur tomorrow, it might not occur next week, it could occur in the fall, but it's going to happen again. And he's going to push us. He's going to push us to go back to Port Huron, because what else do we have to do? I mean, what would you guys do? I don't know.
Okay. I don't want you to rehash everything, you know what I mean? I get
I
it.
can, but I just want to, I have everything written down. I have a file. I can tell you exactly what was put in the application for the PPO.
Okay, we got the gist of it, I believe. Any other questions for her? You guys, thank you.
No, thank you.
John, from standing back there, stop, just stay right there. Was anything that she said 100% false?
All of it. She does not tell the truth a lot, and I have the copy of the PPO.
I'm not a judge, I couldn't even read it, I don't know. I did, I want to know if you threatened her in any way, shape, or form, or him.
She said something about a gun, didn't she?
No, that was her sister saying that.
She has a gun, she showed it to me, she has a CCW, I do not, and she's afraid of me. And I have the paper, you asked to see the paper for the PPO.
So do you believe that this fence would help protect both of you from each other? Like from her looking at you and you looking at her?
Ever since I started the boathouse.
The boathouse, I don't know what you're talking about, the boathouse. That's done. I already seen your boathouse. It's done. That's not hurting.
It started 5 years ago.
Yeah, but how is that hurting her?
Ask her.
But
Very jealous.
Can I speak? No, it's good.
hang on a second.
That's all I have to say.
So do you believe that that fence would help or hurt?
It would hurt my view. Chris even said it would hurt her view.
But it would help the relationship, wouldn't it?
No, I don't talk to these people. Fred comes to my side door one time, we gotta start talking. I said, Fred, I'm gonna keep it to myself, you keep to yourself. Stay away from me.
But I have pictures here that you aren't keeping to yourself.
How was that?
You're on the fence. You're on the property line. You're drinking a beer over top of the wood. You put a fence there illegally.
That shed's legal?
I'm not talking about I'm talking about the fence that they want to put up, you already have up. They just want to go a few inches tall, well, 30 inches taller.
Double.
Pardon me?
The fence is 4 boards, 5.5 inches. So do the math on that.
Yeah, just say 30 inches. So add another 30. And
That's 5 feet then.
so is 5 feet, would that stop you from going over there?
I don't never go over there. Never. They're in my backyard more than I am. When they drive their boat in, they drive back to the boathouse. He doesn't know how to drive his boat. What can I say? The water's not.
What do you mean drive? He can drive on the water past your, you don't own the water, so I don't understand what that meant.
Well, they're accusing me of blocking them out. How am I blocking them out?
Well, it appears that you have tried.
What? How?
Well, with a steel beam,
I never had a steel beam out there. It's a make-believe.
all right, well, I guess I'm not seeing it then. It's
Well,
just,
you were there today.
It might not be there now.
it's not there now, I agree.
Never done that.
Not there now. When did you put that wood fence there, John?
Maybe 2 years, year and a half. Like I said, if it's a problem with the fence, I can take it down. That was put up for the little dog. We found that in my wife's dog.
No, I don't want your little dog to be hurt in any way, shape, or form.
That's why I have to keep them in the yard. I had a privacy fence up out the front, I took down.
This, I can't.
Well, here's the,
I
you know,
hate-
the thing is that
He fences.
the PPO happened, you're saying that's because you were being silent and not saying nothing, that it just appeared to go to court and you didn't know nothing about it? There were no words, nothing?
I opened the front door and got 2 papers at me and said, "You've been served."
Because you're just such a great neighbor.
Well, I guess they don't like me.
Why?
This is your time
They've asked me.
Why, if they don't like you, is it because you're just so neighborly, or is it anything you're doing?
Talk to these people. The last
So you
time I
never
talked-
talked to them, and they just decided one day to send a PPO over?
That's what I'm getting at. That's a,
Twice she went for a PPO.
Okay.
Denied.
Right.
Insufficient evidence, it's got right here on it.
Chris, can I ask you a question? I'm sorry, Marty.
Go ahead.
Sure.
You mentioned that you've witnessed the kind of the madness that goes on, yes? So, no, Chris, I'm sorry.
she's looking through you.
I'm sorry, I'm looking right past you.
So,
So, there's obviously things that are
Tension.
going on in tension. And I can tell you that personally, I've been involved in this whole fence thing, and it helps. It really does. You don't like it, you don't want it, you don't want to look at it, but it helps in the big scheme of things. You know, you've heard that term, fences make good neighbors sometimes. This is probably a situation where it would make a better neighbor. Just because it seems like there's always something that is maybe affecting you or affecting them, and then it's bringing you guys into a legal situation, which I'm sure neither of you want. Right?
I never took anybody to court.
You didn't, but you've been taken to court. I mean, we have pictures of you right here at the fence line.
I can't walk on my property?
You can, but if you are standing there yelling at your neighbor, that's not a good look. And
Just because she says I am, you're taking her word over.
I'm not taking her word over yours, that's why I just asked Chris if she's witnessed anything, because she's a middle person.
I'm out.
But John, I've always,
I can
I've,
clarify what I've witnessed.
Okay, that's what I'm
Is this
asking.
More hearsay of the neighborhood gossip?
then we don't want to hear it.
No,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
wanna hear
saying. So what I don't want to say I personally completely witnessed it.
Okay.
If that was happening, I would be out of it.
Okay,
Perfect.
all right, that's what I wanted to know,
Yeah.
thank you.
And there's, I don't want to hear hearsay.
No, I didn't realize that, so.
So, as I was asking everybody questions, I asked questions to find out your character. You know, I asked if you knew the building inspector. I asked if you pulled a permit. You told me yes,
My wife pulled a permit.
okay?
Told me she did.
You said it was inspected by the building inspector, correct?
Correct.
I have the building inspector in the room,
I don't know
John.
what that meant, but he asked me how, you have it fastened down.
When did you build this?
Like I said, 2 years, a year and a half.
Gary, how long you been here?
6 years.
Has it been over 6 years since you built this wood fence? Okay, so you didn't pull a permit, because it's not legal,
Pulled the permit.
then it's not final.
Well, he's got to look it up in his office.
Wait,
You don't have 6 years to.
he said earlier the building inspector was in his backyard.
I know, what I'm saying to you is, you're right, everybody could not be telling us the truth.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And that's how I ask questions, to find out who's lying to me, and maybe who's not. I asked her why she has a PPO. I asked you if you pulled a permit. You said yes. You didn't.
My wife pulled the permit. She's
You don't have it. I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you don't have a permit for this. Then you never finalized it out, because you would not be permitted to have this fence. This is what I'm telling you.
And they got their fence?
They pulled a permit for it. I have proof of that. And they have a final on their fence.
Did you show it to the building inspector?
He's the one that inspected it.
So they can make a shed out of it. You're missing my point.
What is your point, John?
They have a shed.
Let's just go.
Yeah, this
You guys good?
Yeah.
I already see what you're saying.
John, I wish the best for you, okay? But I want you to, understand that this will probably be the best thing for you coming up. Someone make a motion for or against this?
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance, the variance as stated, based on the safety concerns, the discussion today. A lot of neighbors that are in concurrence with this. They also stated that if there is a situation after this fence is completed, there's some resolution, maybe the fence can come down, or when they move, the fence can come down. But the situation right now, the ordinance is approved.
Well, what if they pass away? Because they've got the house put into their kid's name, so that's going to stay up.
So the motion is to approve.
Second it.
Okay. Margie Ferris, yes. Carla?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Yes. Thank you.
Here, this is this one. You guys sign that. You can finish that one.
You guys, when you do this, please, whoever you hire, make sure he's on the property line, make sure that John knows that you guys are doing it, make sure maybe a police officer understands what you're gonna do, make sure Gary is there, make sure you get it permitted 100%. It's gonna look just like your white fence, that's what I'm sure we are after. Please take it down if you were to move, like you promised. Make sure Gary inspects it, and don't talk to him. And just, let's see, hopefully it goes away. We are not here to protect, but in the same token, hopefully this does protect both of you. And I understand what you were getting at. And I gave him many opportunities to justify certain things. And I want you guys both to live in peace. It's horrible. But please make sure you do everything the proper way through Gary, the building department, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. We have, I just jumbled my paperwork.
Took mine too.
My goodness, I took your pictures. Well, I just got irritated. I'm like, why is he lying to me?
Many.
Did you take my paper?
Unfinished business.
What? No.
Next one is unfinished business, if you want to. He wants to say, he can't find his copy.
I just need what's next?
Unfinished business.
Oh, okay, unfinished business. So we're gonna open up, do we have any unfinished business?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Then the report for the planning commission.
Do we have a report from the planning commission?
No, we have not been together.
You guys just,
We've not been to, we've not had a
Planning
meeting
meeting.
since our last.
okay,
Okay.
so nothing new?
Any public comment? Oh, no.
Public
Not
comment?
anymore.
Here we go. Hey, now this time, Mark, correct?
Yes.
Mark, I'm sorry about your last time, but you didn't put your name in your, okay, so please, go ahead.
Yeah, and that thing you gave us, you didn't sign your name.
Yeah, you just need to say your name. You're good.
So I want to explain it. I wasn't being nefarious. I don't know if you saw what happened Monday.
State your name.
Mark Coletti, 1765 South Channel.
Thank you.
So I wasn't being nefarious. I was trying to help you.
Yep, and you did.
The zoning board is one of the most important boards in terms of have the most people possible because you're talking about what laws can be broken. You should have the maximum number of people, so I wanted to help out.
Right.
I also know that Paul Cassidy personally said my name 3 times, 4 times, 3 meetings ago, 2 times last meeting, and then before the previous meeting, he says, Mark, you don't speak facts. The man doesn't like me. The reason I did what I did, and you're right, I should put my name on it and address. The reason I did what I did, because if he finds out I'm doing it, you guys aren't going to get the help you needed. Furthermore, I thought it was an opportunity when you had the trustees interview process. You had 12 people who interviewed. Obviously, Margie can't do it, she's already here. Bev Rose got the trustee's job. The previous supervisor probably doesn't want to sit on. You have 9 other people that tried for the trustees. With all due respect, that job takes more than this job. So I thought, well, maybe some of those would work. To prove my theory, I ran into one of the interviewers and I said, did you ever think about doing the zoning board? He goes, I didn't even know they had positions open. So again, Paul Cassidy made a mistake on the day of the interview, where all he had to do was ask each of the applicants one other question, which was, would you like to join the zoning board? That's all I was trying to do. If you watch sports, if you had a team that was always 2 down, you'd probably get real frustrated. So I wasn't being nefarious, I was just looking for the best for your community, also knowing that my name is not to be associated with the supervisor, because for some reason he's got something out to me. So that's all. Furthermore, a 5-man person board is very dangerous. HIDA has a 5-person board. They've been around for 5 years. Are you ready for this? Every vote has been unanimous. Do you know what the odds of that are, Brian? 1 in a trillion. If it's original, or if it's organic. Obviously, based on what I've been talking about HIDA, nothing is organic. So 5-people boards generally shouldn't be around to begin with, so I was just trying to help. And the last reason I was trying to help is because you guys were so kind. Margie takes the best meeting notes of all 3 boards combined. I mean, I don't include HIDA, they don't even have meetings. So this was me trying to reciprocate back. I won't get involved anymore. You do most of the talking anyways at these boards, so if you're fine with 5, that's fine. All I wanted to do was clear my name. And lastly, Joe, very few people stick up to me, so thanks for sticking up for me and telling Brian I'm a decent guy. So I appreciate that. So hopefully I cleared my name and I cleared my intentions.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No,
Nobody thought you were a bad
You do
guy.
your thing.
I mean, you have
do your
9 on
thing.
the planning commission. You're telling me, again, if I was head coach, I would shift 2 over to here and even, but again, you've seen what happened Monday. That man's mind is not on here. A supervisor's mind should be making sure every board is full with the maximum people. So that's why I tried to keep my name out of it. But as everything you learn from your mistakes, I now know next time I try to make government efficient, don't. Just come here, give your 3-minute speeches up. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are you on, Hyda?
Are you okay?
Okay.
What are you on over there?
It was supposed to be Craig Mighty one.
Oh, the Fred Mighty Board.
But I was heard that's kiboshed.
That's done?
I think so.
Okay,
Okay.
that's, I got confirmed. I'm
We'll
like,
discuss
Joe,
that.
what's my
We'll
next
discuss that later.
done, maybe.
No.
Public comment?
Nope.
Oh, that's public. I think that's.
I am totally against that.
Any other public comments? Gary, you good?
Good.
We okay with a couple things? I mean, I'm sorry that, but I had to let them talk tonight, both, you know what I mean, and let them both try to understand that they both disagree, right? And,
You got the full picture there.
I think,
Listen, he's dishonest, and he threw himself, I mean, all he had to do was say, yeah, we have some words.
Right.
If he would have been just kind of honest, we would have said, okay, it's kind of neighborly dispute, but he's lying through his teeth, and I'm like,
and that's what I didn't like to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been lied to before, and definitely hurts our decision-making when we do, when we get lied to. All right, so motion to adjourn?
yep, hang on.
Second? All in favor?
Aye. Here we go.